Of our top story, the United States and Russia for the first time face to face with the Secretary of State and the Russian Foreign Minister in Riyadh. We'll be talking about it later in the France 24 debate. It's time for business. We say hello to Yuka Royer.
Hi, Francois.
Yuka, the U.S. Looking at normalizing ties, the European Union talking about more sanctions on Moscow.
Well, its 16th package of EU sanctions for now is expected to be adopted by the third anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine next week. According to media reports, it will target the energy sector again, but will not ban the purchase of liquefied natural gas. In fact, the EU's import of Russian LNG increased last year, up 18% from 2023. The bloc paid an estimated 6.3 billion euros for the commodity, according to a new report released today by the Institute for Energy Economics and Financial Analysis. France, Spain and Belgium, that have major LNG terminals, accounted for 85% of arrivals, imports by France jumping 81%. Now, this despite the EU's aim of ending its reliance on Russian fossil fuels by 2027. Europe's overall imports of LNG, on the other hand, decreased 19%, with just under half of the total volume coming from the United States. Natural gas consumption hit an 11-year low last year, thanks in part to more renewable energy output. After the Russian energy crisis, several EU countries rushed to expand LNG terminals to make up for the loss of Russian gas coming through pipelines. But lower demand has meant half of the EU's LNG import terminals had utilization rate below 40%. Current plans will see Europe's LNG import capacity grow by 60% between 2021 and 2030. The IEEFA warns that doubling down on building new infrastructure without taking into account the declining trend in demand could result in overinvestment. François.
And here in France, we have a brewing scandal over exploding airbags.
Yeah, or rather a long-running one. Stellantis has ordered a stop drive, meaning your car isn't safe on the road, on about 250,000 cars affected by a potentially lethal airbag problem caused by Takata's airbags. The new announcement applies to cars in northern France, but it comes after a similar recall was issued in the south last year. As of last summer, more than 100 million Takata airbags had been recalled worldwide by more than 20 car makers. Here's Matthew-Mary Carichet with more.
For years, this car model has been subject to recalls over a faulty airbag, but on Monday, the manufacturer elevated it to a stop-drive order as it's too dangerous for the road.
It's my partner's car. It's worrisome because she is pregnant. She's going to have to stop driving it.
Stellantis' order affects about 250,000 Citroën vehicles in northern France with defective airbags produced between 2008 and 2013. These airbags, manufactured by Japanese company Takata, are ammonium nitrate-based and deteriorate with age, leading to possibly fatal incidents in which they explode, flinging pieces of metal at drivers. But it's not just Citroën cars that are affected. About 150 models of cars under 30 brands have Takata airbags. The safety devices have been faced with recalls worldwide since 2013, when the company had a 20% market share. In 2017, Takata filed for bankruptcy and soon folded. Since 2016, 15 people in France have been killed by defective Takata airbags. Stellantis began recalling the affected Citroën models in 2020 and launched an extensive recall in 2024 for southern Europe and southern France, where the warmer climate is seen to deteriorate the airbags more rapidly. The years-long recall has led to a class action lawsuit.
Stellantis has known the problem since at least 2014, and that's 11 years ago. It's criminal to wait so long, and it seems that it was done for money.
After the defective airbags are replaced in France, Stellantis will focus its recall efforts on northern Europe, but without a stop-drive order due to the colder climate.
15 killed since this began. How's it playing out on the markets?
Well, Stellantis shares stock seemed unfazed by the latest recall. It gained about 1% this Tuesday. London ended the trading day flat. Paris and Frankfurt both gained about 0.2 of a percentage point. Wall Street shares are mostly weaker as investors began a shortened trading week after the President's Day holiday on Monday.
You've been reporting on South Korea putting the screws on DeepSeek, the chatbot put forth by the Chinese. There's more now.
Yeah, yesterday we reported about the suspension of new downloads of the app. But according to Yonhap News, South Korea's data protection regulator confirmed that DeepSeek was communicating with ByteDance and possibly sharing personal data with that company. Remember, that's the company Washington suspects of working with the Chinese government and is under pressure to either sell TikTok or face a ban in the US. South Korea says it has yet to determine the extent of data sharing between the two Chinese tech firms. Earlier, a US cybersecurity company also alleged potential data sharing between the two. Since its launch, DeepSeek has been downloaded millions of times around the world. One cybersecurity expert says it's impossible for users to know just how much information they're giving away.
It doesn't have to be that one user is doing something that people would call oversharing. An AI can analyze lots of queries, see where they're coming from, learn about the particular users making them, and then extrapolate things and connect things that no individual user would even have a clue that they're revealing at the time. And that's part of the danger because it is impossible to determine in advance what could leak as a result of such intelligence.